Hi, everyone. This is Rich Berliner from Connected Real Estate Magazine. We're here at Mobile World Congress in L.A. talking to Joe Schmelzer, Senior Director of Products for Nextivity. Joe, thanks for taking the time to talk to us today. Nextivity is doing a ton of really interesting things, and I'm fascinated by that. My take is that commercial landlords really like the scalability of your products. How does it look from your standpoint, and what are you guys doing to make that so successful with integrators and operators?
Integrators and operators have different KPIs. So with the Quattro line, we do a couple things. One thing, if you're going to do this kind of a product and get a carrier endorsement and get the carriers behind it, it's got to be 100% unconditionally network safe. And our DNA, everything we've done commercially for the last 10 years has all been our DNA was all operator business. So we understand the requirements, we understand what carrier grade means, and when we put systems in, they are network safe, and the carriers can feel comfortable with them. On the integrator side, what they really want is they want their problem solved. They want their cellular coverage solved. They want the people in the building to be able to use their phones, download video, get on data, voice, whatever they need to do, and they don't want to wait for. A lot of times if you're trying to do a high-end, heavier system like a fiber DAS or whatever, you've got retransmission agreements to worry about. You've got contracts to get signed across multiple operators, and our integrators really like to be able to just get the product, do a design, and get them installed very fast. And that's what you can do with Quattro.
Very turnkey.
Very turnkey. Very turnkey.
Gotcha. So you have a new cel-fi product called 4000. Yeah. Why will building owners get so excited about this in the sequence of products that you've offered?
Yeah, so the Quattro 4000 is the latest product in the Quattro platform. For us, it's we have a portfolio. Each of the Quattros in the series all have sort of their own wheelhouse, their own sweet spot. We have the 1000, which is a single carrier MIMO version of the product, the 2000, which is a dual carrier CISO product, and the 4000 now really addresses the 4-carrier space. A lot of the requirements, especially depending on the vertical, like say you're an MDU or shared workspace, they really like the 4-carrier systems. And so now with the Quattro 4000, we have a 4-carrier product. It's a little bit, it's capable of a bigger footprint. A single NU can support up to 6 of our what we call CUs, which are remotes in standard terminology. So that's about 75,000 square feet with a single system. Of course, you can layer these things together if you have larger buildings to cover, but it's just it's a 4-carrier, very easy and powerful Quattro product.
So I could cover the parking lot of my building, and I can cover 2 or 3 floors in addition to that by just layering these.
That's right. You could, whatever your space is, we distribute our signal over category cable, Ethernet cable, super easy. So if you need to run a couple hundred meters out to the parking lot, cover that. You can do that, whatever you want to do. Yeah.
So does you mentioned that the cel-fi 1000 and 2000 live on. What's exactly a multi-carrier supercell in your terminology?
Yeah. So one thing that's great about Quattro and what we do here is donor signal is a big problem. Donor signal is a big problem for everyone in this space, trying to figure out how to get the best donor signal for that location. And for Quattro, you can use what we call off air. So you can grab the donor signal from an antenna and bring it off the macro, or you can attach a small cell. And when we attach a small cell to our system, we call that a supercell. Now, what's cool about the Quattro 4000 is each carrier has its own independent donor. So you could put 4 individual carrier small cells into our Quattro 4000. We call that a multi-carrier supercell. So not only are you doing not only are you doing coverage, but you're also adding capacity to that network.
Got it. So what about 5G? That's the big talk of this show. What about 5G and how it integrates into this product?
Yeah, so for us, 5G, we really see 5G as being 2 things. You have sub 6 gigahertz 5G, and then you have millimeter wave 5G. In the sub 6 gigahertz space, we're all over it. Our technology is aligned well with that 5G, and as carriers start to deploy 5G in sub 6 spectrum, and they're refarming their bands to support 5G or whatever, our technology is perfect for that. On the millimeter wave standpoint, we think it's a little bit early. The component ecosystems are not mature yet. Pricing is super high for everything. The networks are not quite there yet, and so we're not launching 5G millimeter wave products today, but we're watching it, and of course, when the timing is right, we'll be there.
So how does this relate for the average landlord, the average commercial real estate person? What do they need to know about cel-fi, Quattra, and this 4000 product? What's the takeaway?
I think the takeaway is you have to think about the requirements in your building. What do your tenants want? What are they trying to do in the building? And the 4G LTE products, the cel-fi Quattro products, are delivering the use cases that you need inside your building. And it's very simple, very easy. You don't need to. There's a lot of cost you can incur. You can start putting in technologies that are being sold by some of the higher end fiber DAS style applications. What we find in a middle price size building, anything around 500,000 square feet and below, is you don't need all of that stuff to deliver a great user experience. And cel-fi Quattro really combines the best KPIs with network safety. So
in a nutshell, best value, best operating system, best way to go for a landlord sub 500,000 feet.
Yeah. In the 500,000 square foot category, we think we're the best. If you're doing a stadium, we might make some other suggestions. Yeah.
Joe, thank you so much for being on camera.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Rich.
it.